welcome. Tonight, you're stepping into a world that feels far away from anything ordinary. A place where time slows, where silence has a gentle heartbeat, and where someone very old, very quiet, and very kind spends his nights repairing the dreams people have lost. Just relax. Let your breathing soften. And allow this story to guide you into a peaceful, heavy, effortless sleep. You're safe. You're warm. And your night journey begins now. You begin your journey at the edge of a quiet valley. Just as the last traces of sunlight gently fade behind the hills, the sky melts into a soft indigo and a cool, dreamy stillness spreads through the air. The path ahead of you is lit only by tiny lanterns, each glowing with a warm golden shimmer, steady, calm, and welcoming. You step forward slowly. Your footsteps fall on a stone path that feels smooth, almost polished by centuries of travelers. Every sound is muted here, softened by the comforting hush of night. Even the wind seems to move carefully, sliding around you like a whisper that doesn't want to disturb your peace. As you walk, you notice the scent of night, blooming flowers drifting through the air. Gentle, calming, slightly sweet, the kind of fragrance that settles your chest, loosens the tension in your shoulders, and makes your eyes feel heavier with every moment. The valley opens into a hidden town, a town not marked on any map, a town that seems to exist outside the rushing world you came from. Warm lantern lights glow from small wooden homes. Curtains drift softly in open windows, letting out faint melodies. Music so gentle that it almost blends with the breeze. The streets are empty but not lonely. They feel lived in, safe, as if everyone here follows a rhythm slower and kinder than the one you're used to. Up ahead, an old clock tower rises above the rooftops. Not tall and intimidating, but round, warm, carved from dark timber, with copper accents that shine softly in the moonlight. It's beautiful and strangely comforting. You take another step, then another, each one slower than the last. You feel your breath settling into a natural, soft rhythm, nothing forced, nothing guided, just comfortable and easy. Your body feels lighter and heavier at the same time. Lighter in tension, heavier in calm. As you pass beneath a low archway, you notice something unusual. Every window you pass shows a clock. Some small, some tall, some shaped like flowers, others like stars. All ticking gently, all in perfect harmony. But the strangest thing, none of them show the same time. You pause, listen. The sound is delicate, soothing, and almost hypnotic, like rainfall made of tiny silver droplets. Every tick feels slow and unhurried, as though time itself is relaxing here. A soft glow catches your eye from the end of the street. A shop, old, warm, inviting. A sign above the door reads, "The Clockmaker of Dreams." The words hum gently, as if they hold a story older than the valley itself. You step closer, your fingers brushing against the wooden frame of the door. The wood feels warm, as if the shop has been holding on to the day's sunlight just for you. Through the fogged glass, you see shelves filled with shimmering objects. Clock faces, gears, glowing spheres, tiny golden feathers suspended in air without strings. You push the door open. A soft bell chimes, clear, delicate, dreamlike. Inside, the shop feels impossibly peaceful. Dust motes float through warm lamplight. Clocks of every kind tick in soft, soothing intervals. A gentle hum fills the space, blending with the light fragrance of old wood and lavender oil. Then you see him, the clockmaker, sitting quietly at a long wooden table. He is old, very old, but in a graceful way. His silver hair falls past his shoulders. His eyes are warm, gentle, and filled with a soft, deep understanding. His hands move with incredible care as he polishes the surface of a glowing blue sphere, almost like a floating droplet of sky. Without looking up, he says, in a voice calm enough to quiet even the loudest mind, "You've come a long way, and you've been carrying too much." You don't reply. You simply breathe. Easily, softly, the clockmaker sets the glowing sphere down. It hovers above the table, rotating slowly. "This place," he continues, "is where dreams come when they are cracked, dimmed, or forgotten. People lose pieces of their dreams all the time. They slip through the cracks of busy lives and restless minds." He gestures around the room. Every clock ticks with a faint glow, as if holding a small piece of someone's dream inside. but nothing lost is lost forever. He says gently, not here. You feel something inside you loosen. A weight you didn't realize you were holding slips away a little. The clockmaker rises slowly from his chair. His movements are steady, intentional, and deeply calming. Come, he says softly. Let me show you the hall of quiet hours. He leads you through a narrow doorway draped with hanging strings of tiny glass beads. They chime softly as you pass through, each note gentle and sweet, like soft raindrops falling onto warm stone. The hallway beyond is dim and peaceful. Tall shelves rise around you. On each shelf sit timepieces unlike anything you've ever seen. Floating hourglasses, clocks shaped like falling feathers, spirals of light that move like water. Every step makes your mind grow heavier, your eyelids warmer, your breath deeper, as if the hallway itself is slowly inviting you into deeper rest. The clockmaker walks with perfect quietness. After a few steps, he speaks again. Tonight you're not just here to watch. He pauses, turns slightly, smiles faintly. You're here because something in you is tired and ready to be repaired. Your chest softens, your sense of time stretches, slows, melts into stillness. He lifts a lantern from the wall. Its flame glows a soft blue, casting dreamy shadows on the shelves. Let this night carry you, he murmurs. Let the quiet do its work. He turns forward again. You follow. Each step feels softer, floatier, as though gravity itself is relaxing its grip on you. Far ahead, a door glows with golden light. Warm, welcoming, peaceful. The clockmaker stops before it. The place behind this door, he says softly, is where your healing begins. He places a gentle hand on the door, and the moment it begins to open, a wave of tranquility sweeps through you. Slow, warm, soft, like a blanket of moonlight wrapping around your body. Your breath deepens, your heartbeat slows, your mind quiets completely. You are ready for whatever peaceful world waits inside. The moment you take your first gentle step deeper into the valley, the world around you seems to soften in a way that feels almost impossible, almost unreal. The air cools, becoming smoother and purer, brushing lightly against your skin like a drifting ribbon of moonlit silk. You're not just walking forward, you're gliding, as if the ground itself is carrying you further into its quiet heart. Above you, the night sky deepens into a blue so rich it feels like velvet. Stars shimmer over you in slow, relaxed pulses. Tiny lights breathing in and out, almost matching the steady rhythm of your own chest. They don't twinkle sharply. They glow softly, like distant lanterns guiding you along a path only meant for you. The valley opens wider. Hills rise gently on both sides, cushioning the world like the curved edges of a cradle. A faint, serene echo hums through the night. Not loud, not haunting, just a soft resonance, as if the valley is whispering to itself. Whenever you exhale, the sound around you subtly shifts, almost responding, almost adjusting, almost making room for you. You walk a little farther, and the ground beneath you changes texture. The subtle crunch of pebbles turns into a quieter, smoother surface, cool, flat stone warmed softly by the earlier daylight. It feels stable, grounding, yet gentle, almost like the valley is presenting a path carved with intentional calmness. To your left, a stream appears, narrow, glowing faintly with a pale bluish shimmer. The water doesn't rush. It moves slowly, gracefully, as if time itself is in no hurry here. Every small ripple carries a soft light, like moonbeams swirling in liquid form. The sound is delicate, barely audible, but soothing in a way that almost instantly unclutters your thoughts. You pause for a moment. The valley seems to pause with you. The air grows even calmer. And then you notice something magical. Every breath you take appears to gently influence the valley. When you inhale, the faint lights of the stream brighten, and when you exhale, the entire atmosphere loosens, softens, settles. It feels like you are aligned with the landscape, like the valley is matching your pace, your stillness, your quietening mind. You continue walking ahead. The pathway begins to glow faintly with soft white dust. Tiny particles that float around your shoes, drifting into the air slowly, like gentle fireflies waking from sleep. They don't fly upward, they drift sideways, forming little streaks of light that guide you deeper. The effect is mesmerizing, cinematic, calming. The hills to your right shift in color the more you walk. Their dark silhouettes gradually reveal soft gradients of silver, blue and muted lavender, as if painted under the gentlest brush. They seem to breathe out warmth, not physical heat, but a soothing emotional warmth, a feeling of being completely safe, completely protected, completely grounded. There's no wind here, just a hush, a stillness that feels alive. Yet suddenly, very gently, a faint breeze arrives, carrying a soft scent. Something cool, clean, comforting. Like rain that fell yesterday. Like stones warmed by twilight. Like the quiet moment after a long day when everything finally settles. You keep walking, the scenery opening wider, deeper, quieter. Ahead of you stands a grove, a cluster of tall, slender trees rising like silver pillars. Their bark is smooth, glowing faintly under the moon. Their leaves shimmer with a subtle pastel gleam, as though dipped in stardust. They barely move, as if respecting the deep peace within this place. As you step closer to the first tree, the quiet echo you heard earlier shifts into something new. A gentle harmonic hum, warm and layered. It's not music. It's not a sound you've ever heard before. It's more like the natural tone of calmness itself. A frequency that reaches into your chest and loosens tension you weren't even aware of. You move between the trees, and the sound changes depending on where you stand. Low, then higher, then warmer, then softer. Like the valley is tuning itself to your presence. Every step feels lighter. Every blink feels slower. Every breath feels deeper, steadier, quieter. And then you reach the center of the grove. A circular clearing lies there, a smooth, open patch lit by soft moonlight that filters through the canopy. The ground feels almost cloud, soft under your feet. When you pause, the entire grove seems to pause with you. The hum fades into a deeper hush. You walk slowly to the middle and sit. The air stills. The world grows even quieter, and for a moment you feel as if time has exhaled. Everything slows. Your thoughts loosen. Your breathing naturally deepens. You look up at the sky through the open circle of the trees. The stars above appear larger, closer, as though floating just beyond the edge of your reach. One drifts gently, in a slow arc across the sky. Not a shooting star, but a drifting star, moving like a lantern behind a curtain of night. A soft glow builds around the edges of the grove, where the trees stand tall. The glow forms a halo around the clearing, a ring of gentle light that sways slightly, almost like a heartbeat. The valley feels alive but peaceful, present but silent, watching over you but never intruding. You close your eyes for a moment, letting the stillness seep into you. When you open them again, a path appears. Not a physical one, but a subtle alignment of light weaving gently beyond the grove. A path leading deeper into the valley's hidden heart. The path waits, the valley waits, and when you stand again, your body feels noticeably lighter, like a layer of invisible tension just slipped off your shoulders. Your steps feel softer. Your mind feels quieter. Even the air feels easier to carry. You move forward once more, following the floating ribbon of pale light stretching ahead. The valley doesn't rush you. It simply walks with you, guiding you deeper into its sanctuary of eternal quiet. Soon, you will reach the next realm, the bridge of drifting echoes, a place where every step releases soft, glowing ripples through the night. The path narrows gently as you continue walking, each step softer than the last, as if the ground itself wants to cushion your fatigue. The air here feels different, slower, thicker, carrying a subtle warmth that wraps around your shoulders like a comforting shawl. The glow of the lanterns overhead deepens into a warm amber, and their lights sway just slightly, as though responding to the rhythm of your breaths. Ahead, the trees begin to shift. Their leaves aren't shaped like ordinary leaves anymore. They resemble delicate ribbons of light, faintly shimmering, like threads woven from distant starlight. When the breeze moves through the branches, the ribbons flutter in complete silence, glowing brighter for a moment before settling again. The effect is hypnotic, almost like the forest is exhaling with you. You keep walking slowly, unrushed, guided only by the golden glow above you. A soft hum begins to rise somewhere far ahead. Not mechanical, not human. More like the gentle vibration of a distant singing bowl, stretched out into a long, airy note. It feels familiar in a way you can't explain. A sound that doesn't simply reach your ears, but settles inside your chest, loosening the weight you didn't even know you were carrying. With each step, your shoulders drop a little more. Your jaw relaxes. Your body feels heavier, but in the pleasant way that comes right before slipping into sleep. The path widens again, revealing a wooden footbridge arching over a narrow stream. The water beneath is impossibly still, like polished glass, yet it glows with a deep blue light. Soothing, almost magnetic. The moment you step onto the bridge, the wood gives a soft, warm creak, a comforting sound. The kind that old, welcoming places tend to make. Halfway across the bridge, you pause. Not because you need to, but because something invites you to. You lean slightly over the railing and look down. The glowing water reflects your outline, but the reflection is blurred softly, as if the stream chooses to show you only the calmest version of yourself. A version free from tension, free from hurry, free from everything heavy. You breathe slowly, deeply. Without thinking, the forest doesn't rush you. The night doesn't rush you. Nothing here asks you to move faster than you want to. As you continue, the hum grows stronger. Not loud, just fuller, like layers of soft vibration blending together. You notice small floating motes drifting in the air, not fireflies, but glowing particles shaped like tiny petals. They drift downward from the sky, gently spiraling, dissolving the moment they touch the ground. Their glow is faint lavender, adding the tiniest whisper of color to the golden light around you. It's beautiful and deeply, deeply calming. Up ahead, the forest opens into a circular clearing lined with stone pillars, slender, smooth, carved with flowing patterns that seem to move when you aren't looking directly at them. At the center of the clearing stands an ancient stone basin filled with a soft, silver liquid that emits a slow pulse of light, like a heartbeat. The glow spreads outward in silent waves, touching each pillar, causing them to shimmer. The moment you step into the clearing, the hum shifts, the pitch lowering, becoming warmer, rounder. You can feel it inside your ribs, around your spine, down your arms. Your muscles soften naturally. Your breathing deepens without effort. Your eyelids feel heavier, comfortably so. This place feels like it's been waiting for you. A gentle wind circles the clearing, slow and even, brushing past your ears with a quiet sigh. The lanterns above dim just slightly, giving center stage to the luminous basin. You walk toward it, drawn by instinct, not urgency. The silver liquid inside ripples once, just once, as if acknowledging your presence. Then it stills again. You place your hands lightly on the cool stone edge and look down into the liquid. Instead of seeing your reflection, you see drifting images, scenes not from your life, but from peaceful, dreamlike landscapes. A valley covered in soft mist, a calm lake reflecting moonlight, quiet snow falling over a wooden cabin, fireflies rising from tall grass. Every image lasts only a moment before melting into the next, but each one seems to soothe a different part of you. The hum deepens once more, and the clearing grows warmer. Behind you, the floating petals drift closer, gathering in slow spirals, moving like they're drawn toward the basin. One lands gently on your shoulder, weightless, cool at first, then warm. The warmth spreads subtly across your chest and down your arms, like a soft wave of comfort. For a moment, you simply stand there, letting the warmth settle inside you, letting the silence stretch, letting the clearing hold you. A soft pathway of light begins forming on the far end of the circle. Small golden stones rising from the ground, one by one, creating a trail that disappears into a tunnel of arching trees. The branches weave together naturally, forming an illuminated corridor. The hum fades into a soft resonance. The petals drift upward again. The silver liquid flickers. It feels like an invitation, a gentle transition, a doorway into an even deeper part of the timeless garden. You take your first step onto the glowing stones. They feel warm, gentle, steady. And as the lighted corridor closes around you, the air becomes softer still, almost velvety, as if the night wants to cradle you through the journey ahead. The forest behind you grows faint. The hum melts away, your thoughts slow and slow and slow, until all that remains is the quiet sound of your footsteps and the soft glow guiding you deeper into a dreamlike world. where time no longer has meaning, and sleep waits for you like a gentle friend. You continue moving forward through the floating stairway, each step carrying you deeper into the heart of this timeless realm. The air grows calmer, softer, as though the world itself is trying to guide you gently towards stillness. Ahead, a faint glow rises, warm amber and strangely welcoming. And then you see it, a vast, circular entrance carved into shimmering stone. Ancient vines trail down its sides like ribbons from forgotten eras. Soft, luminous dust drifts from the archway, floating weightlessly as if gravity holds no authority here. You pause for a moment, breathing slowly as the silence wraps itself around your shoulders. The doorway seems alive, almost breathing with you, as if it recognizes your presence. When you take your first step inside, the world shifts. You find yourself in a labyrinth of glowing corridors, each wall glimmering with gentle copper light. The air hums with faint echoes, soft, distant reflections of voices, footsteps, memories. None of them threatening, just calm. Warm, familiar. It feels like walking through the dreams of time itself. A soft breeze moves past your legs as you walk deeper. The labyrinth doesn't feel confusing. Instead, it feels aware of your exhaustion, gently guiding you toward the path meant for you. Every turn leads to a new corridor. Every corridor opens into a new ambient world. To your right, a passage filled with golden fireflies, drifting like floating embers. To your left, a hall where the walls shimmer like underwater light. Ahead, the path glows with a hue so soft it feels like walking into a warm breath. You continue straight. Your footsteps fall in perfect harmony with the quiet hum of the labyrinth. Each step seems to pull tension out of your body, draining it into the floor where it dissolves instantly. Shoulders soften, neck loosens, breathing becomes slower, softer. Eventually, you reach a chamber at the center of the maze. It is enormous, but feels gentle, intimate. A circular platform lies in the middle, surrounded by tall pillars carved with scenes of starlit skies, drifting islands, and ancient beings watching over sleeping travelers. The air here is warm and faintly sweet, like morning dew resting on fresh leaves. The walls emit a soft resonance, a low, soothing vibration that seems to speak directly to your nervous system. Every gentle thrum calms another part of your mind. As you walk toward the platform, you notice something extraordinary. The floor begins to illuminate beneath your feet. Soft rings of light pulse outward from your footsteps, as though the labyrinth is responding to your presence, welcoming you deeper into its stillness. At the center of the chamber lies a shallow pool, perfectly circular, perfectly still. The surface is like a mirror, reflecting not the ceiling, but an open, starry sky one that doesn't exist above you. A sky from another realm. A memory of the universe before dreams existed. As you approach, the mirrored water ripples slightly. Even though no wind touches it, the lights dim gently. The atmosphere lowers into an even deeper calm. You kneel beside the pool. For a long moment, you simply breathe. Your reflection looks peaceful. More peaceful than you've felt in weeks, maybe months, and then the reflection changes, not into something frightening, not into something unknown, but into a version of you that looks rested, restored, whole. Like the person you become when all burdens have finally melted away. The pool whispers softly, not in words, in feelings. It invites you to let go. You reach out, fingertips touching the surface. A wave of warmth spreads up your arm, through your chest into your mind. Not intense, just a deep, grounding stillness. A sensation like sinking into the softest blankets on a cold night. Behind you, the labyrinth hums in harmony. It feels like 100 ancient lullabies woven together into one perfect vibration. The chamber begins to shift. The pillars ignite with gentle glowing runes cascading down their sides. The air grows thicker, warmer. The pool glows brighter, as though it is waking up. And then the walls open. The labyrinth quietly peels itself away, folding into new corridors, revealing a path forward. The floor extends into a narrow walkway suspended over the glowing pool. It leads to a tall, arched door made entirely of pale, shimmering silver, as though it was forged from moonlight itself. This door is waiting for you. You stand slowly, letting the last traces of tension drain from your muscles. The walkway is warm beneath your feet, humming softly like a heartbeat with every step you take toward the silver door. The labyrinth brightens subtly, guiding you, encouraging you. When you reach the door, you place a hand on its surface. It feels cool, but not cold. Smooth, but not hard alive. But not breathing. A pulse of silver light spreads beneath your palm, and the door begins to open with a deep, resonant sigh. A sigh that sounds like a world releasing its worries. Beyond the doorway lies a horizon, unlike anything you've seen before. A floating valley illuminated by drifting ribbons of blue and green light. Tiny crystals bloom from the ground like flowers. Soft luminous mist drifts through the air, glowing with faint lavender hues. Gentle waterfalls flow upward instead of downward. Streams of silver water rising into the sky. This is not a place. This is an emotion made real. A state of mind shaped into a landscape. You step through the doorway. The ground feels like warm, velvety earth under your feet. Stars float low enough to touch, and the sky pulses with delicate auroras moving slowly, gracefully, silently. Everything feels weightless. Everything feels forgiving. Everything feels like it has been waiting for you to arrive. You breathe in, deep, slow, peaceful. For the first time tonight, your body feels completely safe. Your mind feels quiet. Your thoughts drift like feathers, soft and unhurried. This place, this valley of suspended light, this is where the real journey begins. And as the silver door closes behind you with a quiet shimmer, you realize you are moving toward the heart of the timeless realm, toward the final sanctuary, toward the place where sleep comes as naturally as breathing. Your next step forward marks the beginning of the deepest calm yet. The soft pull of the glowing river carries you deeper into the eternal echo cavern, and the world around you grows even quieter, even gentler, as if every sound has been filtered through a veil of velvet. The air becomes cooler, but not in a way that chills. Rather, it feels like a calm hand resting lightly on your skin, guiding you further into serenity. The river bends slowly to the left, and you drift with it, watching the walls widen into a breathtaking underground chamber. Here, the ceiling arches high above, shimmering with crystals that pulse faintly like distant stars. Some glow blue, some gold, some an ethereal white, and their reflections scatter across the water like thousands of drifting fireflies. A soft vibration hums through the wooden boat, almost like a heartbeat of the cavern itself. It's slow, steady, comforting. You rest your hand against the boat's edge, and the gentle rhythm moves through your fingers, along your arm, into your chest, sensing easily with your breathing. Each inhale becomes softer. Each exhale becomes longer. The river seems to listen to your breath and match it, weaving its current to your pace, as if it wants you to feel held, supported, and deeply, deeply safe. As you drift farther in, faint whispers rise again from the water. Those tender, melodic murmurs of forgotten wishes. They sound closer now, clearer, like soft ribbons of sound curling through the air. You can't fully understand the words, yet they feel familiar in a dreamlike way, as if they know your inner world better than you do. The whispers move around you, flowing gently through the cavern, wrapping softly around your shoulders like warm scarves of sound. They never rush, never press. They simply accompany you, adding to the tranquil cocoon forming around your thoughts. Ahead, the cavern opens into a grand grotto, illuminated entirely by a glowing lake. Its surface reflects the ceiling like a perfect mirror, making it look like you're floating in a world that loops upward and downward forever. Your breath catches slightly at the sight, not from tension, but from the quiet awe it stirs inside you. The boat slows as if giving you time to look, to absorb, to surrender to this weightless calm. Ripples drift outward in slow concentric circles, each one glowing softly until it fades into darkness. The air is filled with a faint scent, something ancient, something pure, something like fresh rain on stone. It settles into your senses with a soothing clarity, clearing out any lingering noise in your mind. Thoughts loosen, shoulders soften. The world becomes very simple, very gentle. The boat glides toward the center of the lake, and here the cavern ceiling rises highest, spreading into an enormous dome. At the very top, a single crystalline cluster hangs like a suspended moon, shining down with a silver luminance so soft it looks woven from mist. As its light touches you, your heartbeat slows even more, sensing with the low pulse of the cavern. The whispers grow gentler, their voices almost sigh, like now, brushing against your ears in delicate waves. Without warning, not in an alarming way, but in a quiet, magical way. The glowing lake responds to your presence. A faint swirl of light forms beneath the boat. It twists slowly, lazily, like a galaxy forming underwater. The colors bloom upward, spreading into soft spirals of teal, lavender and white, wrapping around the hull of the boat like drifting silk. The water lifts you slightly. Not much, just enough for the sensation of floating to deepen. Your eyelids grow heavier as the boat drifts deeper into the center of the chamber. The cavern's dome begins to reflect on the lake's surface in a clearer and clearer mirror, until it becomes impossible to distinguish which side is real and which side is reflection. Stars above, stars below, you remain suspended between them, held weightless, timeless. A slow breeze passes through the chamber. Though there shouldn't be any wind this deep underground, it brushes across your arms, your neck, your face. It feels like the cavern exhaling softly, letting you know you are welcome here, that this place has been waiting for you longer than you could imagine. The air moves around you in smooth waves, making the water shimmer with gentle patterns that pulse like breathing. As you drift past another open cavern wall, you notice something even more enchanting: small, glowing lilies that drift freely across the water. They move in synchronized patterns, circling each other gracefully, emitting little rings of light with every gentle touch against the surface. Some drift toward the boat, almost curious. When they come close, they glow a little brighter, as if happy to be near you. One rests softly against the boat's edge, its petals spreading like a slow motion sunrise, casting warm radiance across your hand. The warmth spreads up your arm, into your chest, dissolving the last pieces of tension you didn't even realize you were carrying. The cavern feels like a sanctuary built specifically for your peace. Every glow, every whisper, every ripple seems coordinated to help your body surrender further into tranquility. Your breathing becomes even slower, deeper, more natural. You don't have to try. The cavern seems to breathe for you. The boat glides onward, entering a narrow passage with gently sloping walls of luminous stone. These walls glow a pearl, white color with golden undertones, giving the illusion that the cavern is lined with soft candlelight. The reflection of the warm glow dances across the water, creating long, slow waves of light. They roll up the cavern walls like drifting clouds, then settle back into gentle patterns. Ahead, a faint humming tone begins to fill the passage, a low, harmonic resonance that sounds like thousands of tuning forks vibrating softly together. The sound isn't loud, it's subtle, like the memory of a lullaby. The hum vibrates through your ribs, your spine, your shoulders, lulling your thoughts into a deeply relaxed rhythm. Every part of you seems to lighten, as though the hum is dissolving tension at the molecular level. Your mind starts to drift, not out of confusion, but out of sheer calmness. Thoughts become fluid, soft. You feel a sense of drifting between waking and dreaming, as if you could slip into sleep at any moment, effortlessly. But you remain gently aware, lulled in a half-dream state that feels safe, warm, deeply comforting. When the passage opens again, you enter another chamber, this one filled with floating lights hovering above the lake like suspended stars. They flicker softly, each with its own unique glow, some warm gold, some icy white, some with the faintest hints of blue or green. But they never move abruptly. Their motion is slow, incredibly gentle, drifting in weightless patterns as though carried by invisible tides. The boat moves among them, and the lights drift closer, some passing just inches above your head. When they near you, they dim, as if not wanting to overwhelm you. Their glow softens around you like warm moonlight, enhancing the dreamlike stillness already cradling your mind. The whispers return, soft, elongated notes this time. They echo faintly across the water, bouncing between the cavern walls, creating a natural reverb that makes the chamber feel endless. The sound is soothing beyond words, like silk brushing against your thoughts. You exhale slowly, effortlessly, your entire body melting deeper into the rhythm of the cave. As you enter the final area of the chamber, the cavern ceiling lowers, creating a more intimate, womb-like space. Here, the river narrows into a small pool surrounded by softly glowing vines draped from the ceiling. Their luminescent tendrils sway gently as if stirred by a dream breeze. The vines cast curtains of warm, golden light that ripple across the water like slow drifting veils. Your boat glides underneath these vines, and the light washes over you softly, settling onto your skin like warmth from a distant fire. The whispers soften even more, turning into faint shimmers of sound. A deep peace settles inside you, gentle, full, complete. The pool's glow brightens slightly, pulsing once, twice in a steady, soothing rhythm. That rhythm aligns perfectly with your breathing. The cavern seems to whisper something wordless, something deeply calming to your very mind. Rest now, drift now, let go now. You are safe, you are held, you are home. Your eyelids grow impossibly heavy. The boat slows to a float. The water becomes still, and everything, every sound, every glow, every whisper wraps around you like the softest dream. The world dissolves into peace. You remain inside the observatory of dreams, standing at the highest level, where the roof dissolves into a dome of moving constellations. But something changes. The stars above you begin to drift, one by one, like tiny lanterns unhooking themselves from a nighttime sky. Each light floats downward, gently, in slow spirals, leaving trails of soft silver that curl through the air like falling ribbons. You lift your eyes and watch as one star, a small one, descends directly in front of you. It hovers at eye level, turning slowly, shimmering faintly like warm moonlight reflecting across calm lake water. And then, gently, it speaks, not with words, but with a soothing pulse of warmth that spreads through your chest, your shoulders, your tired mind. A pulse that feels like someone smoothing a hand across your thoughts, telling them to settle, to quiet, to rest. The star rotates again, slower now, as if inviting you to breathe with it. Longer, softer, deeper, until your entire body begins to relax into a softness you have not felt all day. Behind you, the old clockmaker steps forward, silent, calm, almost weightless in presence. His cloak, embroidered with faint constellations, glows subtly with each of your breaths. He places one hand gently behind your shoulder, guiding you toward the center of the observatory floor, where a circular platform begins to shimmer like a ring of liquid moonlight. The clockmaker motions with his hand, and the platform slowly rises, not upward but inward, pulling space around you like a gentle swirl. The room expands, stretches, and deepens with every moment, as if the observatory itself is exhaling and opening wider, revealing its final chamber. A soft hum fills the air, a tone so low, so velvety, so calming. It feels like warm air brushing the back of your neck. The walls dissolve, the floor softens, and you find yourself drifting into a new realm. A place that looks like the inside of time itself. You stand on a quiet path drifting through a vast, open void. But the void isn't empty. Thousands of glowing orbs, each one containing the memory of a moment, float calmly around you like drifting lanterns. Every orb shines a different shade, some soft gold, some pale blue, some faint rose, some glimmering silver. They illuminate your path, one by one, as you walk deeper. With every slow step, gravity lightens. Your weight grows softer. Your mind grows quieter. The clockmaker walks beside you without sound. He gestures toward a floating silver orb. Inside it, you see something familiar. A quiet moment from your own life. A memory of stillness you once felt. Maybe long ago, maybe recently. But the orb shows it with softness. Stripped of all stress, all noise, all heaviness, just pure serenity. You approach the orb, and it opens like a flower, unfolding petals of light. A breeze soft as brushed velvet moves past your face. The scent of cool starlight drifts around you, like the freshness of night air, or the scent of rain before it falls. The clockmaker's voice enters your mind like a whisper. You carry many moments, some heavy, some forgotten. Tonight, you release all of them. The orb dissolves into mist and wraps around you. Not cold, not warm, just perfectly weightless. And suddenly, your thoughts begin to feel lighter, as if each one is being placed gently on a shelf, where they can rest until morning. You move deeper along the path, through floating corridors of shimmering memories, through drifting clouds of soft light, through gentle waves of sound that echo like distant lullabies. The path curves, then expands into a wide celestial balcony. Here, the universe opens completely. Stars hang close enough to touch. Nebula clouds drift like watercolor brush strokes. Tiny comets sweep slow arcs across the horizon, leaving trails of glowing dust behind. And at the center, a massive clock suspended in the sky. But this clock isn't mechanical. Its hands are made of soft aurora light, shifting from green to violet to blue with every slow rotation. The clockmaker guides you to stand beneath it. The aurora clock lowers slightly. Its light surrounds you, and for the first time, you feel the rhythm of time slowing, not stopping, not freezing, just softening, like a heartbeat easing into sleep. Your breaths deepen, your eyelids grow heavier, your thoughts loosen and melt like warm wax. The clockmaker steps in front of you and gently lifts one hand, touching the center of the aurora clock. It chimes, a single, low, soothing tone that vibrates through your chest, your arms, your legs, your mind, and settles deep into your core. You feel everything inside you exhale. Everything. Worries loosen. Overthinking dissolves. The noise of the day evaporates like morning mist. Only calm remains. Only softness. Only rest. The aurora clock begins to dim slowly, casting a blanket of violet darkness over you. a darkness that feels like being wrapped in the safest, softest night imaginable. You sink into it, not falling, just drifting, like a leaf settling gently onto quiet water. The clockmaker's final whisper reaches you. Let the night hold you now. You've reached the end of time for today. The lights fade, the stars dim, the universe quiets, until only a soft, warm darkness remains. And within that darkness, you float, weightless, peaceful, drifting into the deepest sleep, the quietest dreams, the gentlest rest, as the observatory closes its door behind you, keeping your place safe until the next night you return.